everyone, welcome to Simply Fun Cooking. I am Rachel Hanson, and today we are going to make some really fun, fresh recipes for this summer. I'm really excited. We're going to make a spinach artichoke pizza on our brand new deluxe electric grill and griddle. Yes, a grilled pizza. I can't wait to show you this recipe. But to go with it, we're going to have a nice fresh fruit and spinach salad. And then our beverage today is a raspberry tequila sangria. We're actually going to get started with that so that we can get all the flavors to kind of mix and chill for a little bit. Then we'll make our salad and we'll make our pizza last so it can be nice and fresh and hot and ready to eat. So the sangria is super quick and easy. Just takes a few ingredients, and we're actually going to start with some citrus. So we've got a small batter bowl here. We're going to make like a citrusy simple syrup. We're going to take just 1/4 cup of sugar, and we're going to put that in our bowl. And then we're going to add the juice from 2 limes and an orange. So we're going to go ahead and we'll just cut those in half real quick. And then we're going to use our juicer and get all of that delicious juice out of there. Now remember, when you go to the store and you're picking out your citrus fruit, you want to find the heaviest pieces you can get, because heavy means there's a lot of liquid, a lot of juice in there. That water has weight to it. So find the nicest, heaviest ones you can find. All right, so our brand new juicer, we're going to get all that juice out of these. Look at that. Couldn't get any more out of there if I tried. It is all out. All right, we've 2 limes the same way. Now you can use the citrus press if you want for those limes, because those are a lot smaller. If you're using, you can also use like clementines, small oranges, and then you could use your citrus press to juice them. And you'd want to use, probably like 2 or 3 of them to get the juice that'd be equivalent to 1 full-size orange. Now the juicer here has a little strainer on it so that we don't get too much pulp in our drink. If you like pulp, you can absolutely use it, but it keeps the pulp and the seeds out of our juice in the base. So I'm just going to take my scraper here and just kind of move the pulp around a little bit to get some of those juices to go through the strainer. All right, and you can see, look at all that juice we've collected in the bottom here. So we're going to take all that and we're going to pour it in with our sugar. All right, give that a little stir. Now all we're going to do is we're going to take this, I'm just going to put it in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes. Really, it's just long enough to kind of heat up. We don't want this boiling, but we just want it heated up enough that that sugar can dissolve into those juices. So then we don't have the grainy sugar in our drink. We want it to be nice and dissolved and smooth. So I'm going to go put this in the microwave real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, now once we have this out of the microwave, you can see we got the sugars nice and dissolved. It's a little bit warm, but that's what we need to get everything nice and dissolved in there. So this is going to be our nice, sweet, citrusy mix. It's going to give our sangria a really bright flavor. So we're going to make the sangria in the family-sized quick stir pitcher. So into the pitcher, we're going to add this mix. We're going to add in some fruit. In there also goes some tequila, triple sec, some sparkling wine, like some champagne, and then some soda, some white soda. So we're going to get our fruit all ready to go here. We have another lime and another orange. We're just going to kind of cut off the ends a little bit here. Then we're going to use our simple slicer, and we're just going to slice these up real quick. And I think I'm going to do it on number 2 or the number 3 setting. We can probably actually go thinner with our lime. Get it all lined up here. Let's see. We're going to do number 2. Orange slices, and we're going to put those in as well. All right, and then you can set your simple slicer aside. We're also going to throw in some frozen raspberries. I've just got a small bag of frozen raspberries. They're still frozen. We're just going to dump those in. And some of those raspberries kind of fall apart, and that's okay. It's going to make the drink real nice. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our our liquor here. So we have some tequila. We're going to use about a cup of tequila. Pour that right over our fruit. And then we want about a half of a cup of triple sec. Now triple sec has a nice bright flavor to it. It's a citrusy liqueur. It's used a lot in things like margaritas and punches. It just brightens up the flavor a little bit, all right? And then, of course, we're going to add in our simple syrup mix here that we made. So that citrus juice with that sugar. Swirl that around a little bit. Now we're going to add in our other ingredients. So once you add these in, we're going to mix it very slowly, very carefully, okay? Because we don't want it to bubble up. All right, so we need about 1 liter of white soda. So if you have a 2-liter bottle, you're going to use half. You can get a 1-liter bottle. Otherwise, if you just have cans on hand, 3 cans is pretty close to a liter. It's a little extra, and that's fine. So when I say white soda, we're talking Sierra Mist, 7-Up. If you want to spice it up a little bit, try some ginger ale. If you want it a little less sweet, try some club soda. Or you can go with some tonic water. And then we're going to add our champagne. Now you can just do, whoop, there we go, look at that. That was easy. You can use some champagne, you can use a sparkling white wine. I actually found a raspberry sparkling champagne, which I thought it was perfect for our raspberry sangria. So we're going to go ahead and just pour that whole bottle in there. Remember, champagne is super bubbly. So once we have it in there, we're going to mix very carefully to mix all of our flavors together so we don't make a sangria fountain. And we're going to carefully put our plunger in. You can use that to very carefully mix. All right. Now your plunger can also kind of work as like a filter. Most of that fruit will stay down below, okay, so that you don't get it in your drink. The pitcher also has a little filter on the spout here so you don't get too many big chunks in your drink. Some of those little pieces of the raspberries will be real nice in there though, so don't worry about those. All right, and then to chill it, you can either put the ice right in the pitcher so it's nice and ice cold and ready to go, or you can pour it over ice into a glass if you don't want it to dilute itself while it's sitting. So we're just going to set this aside, let the flavors mix. I've got some ice all ready to go for when we pour this in a glass and try it in a little bit. So I'm going to get this cleaned up, and then we're going to get ready to make that salad. All right, for this summer fruit and spinach salad, this is going to be such a great recipe. So many ways to mix this up and make it perfect for you and your family. So today, the fruits that we're going to use some strawberries and some kiwis. You could add grapes in here. As we go, I'm going to let you know just some different ways that you could mix this up. All right, but as we're getting started here, one of the things that we're going to need are some toasted pecans. So I've got a little bag of pecans here. I've got just a small fry pan heating up over like medium-high heat. We'll just get it all warmed up here, and we're just going to put those pecan halves right into our pan. And we're just going to kind of let them sit. I don't have any oil in the pan. I don't add anything else. Just to toast them, you just kind of put them in there and just let them sit, and we'll just kind of stir them every so often. And heating them up a little bit will be just enough to just bring out the aroma of those pecans. So our salad, like I said, it's a fresh spinach salad. So we are going to start with, of course, some fresh spinach. Oh, I love fresh spinach. It's got some nice volume to it. It's got a little bit of a crunch. It's got some great flavor, and it's so good for you. So I've got a bunch of spinach here that is all washed up, ready to go. And we're just going to put a bunch of it into our wood salad bowl, all right? And this is where we're going to make our salad to serve today. We're going to make our homemade dressing. Homemade dressings are so easy to make, and it's so easy to mix things up and do something a little bit different every time. So on the measure, mix, and pour, we actually have measure marks right on there. So as we're adding our ingredients in, I don't need another measuring cup. I can just use this. So we're going to start out with some vegetable oil. We need about 1/2 cup, and we've got 1/2 cup marked at the bottom. So we'll just pour that in. Now this can be any kind of vegetable oil that you like in your family. It can be canola, it could be corn, it could be avocado, it could be olive oil, whatever kind you like. You can just put that in there. All right, up to about the 1/2 cup mark. Add in 1/3 cup of, this is a cherry balsamic vinegar. If you can find a raspberry vinegar, you can use that. You can use any kind that you have. And then we're going to add in a little bit of sugar. You just need a tablespoon just to sweeten it up a little bit. Make sure to give those pecans a little stir every once in a while. All right, a tablespoon of sugar to sweeten it up, just like that. And a little bit of salt. You only need about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so I'm just going to kind of give it a couple twists right there. And then we're going to use some seedless jam. So this is just red raspberry jam. You could use jam with seeds if you wanted, but we're trying to make a nice smooth dressing here. So we went with the seedless. We need about a tablespoon, so I'm just going to get a scoop here with my measuring spoon and get that in there. So we just take everything and we just kind of give it a nice good shake. It's going to look so nice drizzled on top. So we're just going to let that sit there, let the flavors combine a little bit. We're just going to give this another stir here. All right, and then we are going to get our fruit ready. So we're going to use some kiwis today. Get out your serrated peeler. This is going to be perfect for peeling your kiwi. All right, I think our pecans are pretty toasted. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I'm just going to let them sit. All right, and then we're going to get some of our strawberries ready to go here. We're just going to take a few and cut some of the tops off. But we're going to use the new Rapid Prep mandolin. So this is, again, so wonderful because our hands will be nowhere near the blades. All right, we've got our little dish to catch everything in. I'm going to turn this so that we are going to make just some solid slices here. And let's see, thickness. Let's try a 4. We'll try that. We'll see what we think of that. So we'll start with some strawberries here. I'll put a couple in and see what I think of this thickness. I think that looks like a nice thickness. That's good enough that you can really easily grab it with your fork. All right, but it's not too big. Now some of these slices are kind of big. So here's what's really fun about the Rapid Prep mandolin. If I want, I can just turn this, and instead of doing big slices, what we're going to do is we're going to make kind of like sticks, strawberry sticks. So I turned it on to like the French fry setting here. We'll get these strawberries in here. And then now I've got some nice long slices like this of our strawberries, okay? For our kiwi, we're going to do the same thing, make the slices a little bit bigger. We're just going to take our fruit. Look at how easy this is. We're just going to take our fruit, and we're going to put that right on top. And then we're going to add some of those pecans right on top. Just kind of sprinkle them right on. And you can serve the pecans on top. You can serve them on the side, whatever you prefer. I'm going to keep the dressing on the side, and we'll drizzle this on right before we serve it. All right, this delicious spinach and artichoke pizza we're going to make today. We're going to make a grilled pizza right on the Deluxe Electric Grill and Griddle. Now I have it heated up. We've got the grill plates in there, and it's preheated on the grill setting, so 400 degrees. And so it's just going to sit there preheated until we're ready to go. So it might beep at me to remind me that, hey, I'm ready. So we'll get there. But I want to get the filling ready first and have everything ready to go, or I should say the topping. This is basically a spinach and artichoke dip that we're going to put on top of a pizza crust. So it's kind of like a big flatbread. It's just a different way to make your pizza. All right, in our batter bowl here, we're going to get that filling all ready to go. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with some chopped spinach. So this is just a bag of frozen chopped spinach, and it's been thawed out. But all you need is about a half of a cup. So I'm just going to use my little 1/4 of a cup measuring cup here. All right, we've got some artichoke hearts. So I've got a can here. We only need about half of a can. You just need like a small jar. So I'm just going to pour some of them out here on our cutting board. These are already quartered, but we're just going to kind of roughly chop them up a little bit more. So I'm just going to kind of stack them up and just give them another little chop. Get all this artichoke added into our bowl. Then we need about a 1/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. So I have just plain Greek yogurt. I have just one of those like little cups of it. So this is a little more than half of a cup in here. So I'm just going to use about half of this. And we're going to plop that in, give this a mix. And we're going to add in some cream cheese. Again, you just need about a 1/4 of a cup, so just about 2 ounces. So I'm going to get my cream cheese out here. Love that they mark right on the container, right on the package, where that 2-ounce mark is. So put that in there. Make sure your cream cheese is softened ahead of time. It'll make it a lot easier for mixing. All right, we're going to add some garlic. Gotta have garlic in your spinach and artichoke dip, right? I'm going to put 2 cloves in. You could do a little more or a little less, depending on how much garlic you like. We'll give this a mix. We'll add a little bit of salt again, so just a couple twists, a little bit of salt in there. All right, we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. Now, Parmesan cheese, you want nicely grated Parmesan cheese. Now this is fresh and freshly grated. I just took a big block of Parmesan cheese, cut it into chunks, and then threw it in the blender. And on the grind setting, look at that. It's like perfect Parmesan cheese. We need about 2 ounces of our fresh Parmesan cheese. Now here's the thing about Parmesan cheese. Once it's grated up, it's so light that your 2 ounces is about a cup. Doesn't have to be exact. I think I probably have a little more than a cup in here, but I'm okay with that. This is Wisconsin. We like extra cheese, right? It's not a pizza without lots of cheese. So mix that in. You can see how well that Parmesan combines. So we're going to add in some mozzarella. So again, we need about 2 ounces. So when you get a block, an 8-ounce block, we're going to use about a 1/4 of it here. So I'm just going to cut off about a 1/4 of the block here. I misread my recipe. We need about 6 ounces of mozzarella, not 2. It's 2 ounces of the Parmesan. Silly me. So that's okay. You know what? I am going to grate up this entire block. All right, mozzarella cheese. We're going to take about 3/4 of this, all right, and we're going to put it in our mix, and the rest of it we're going to save for on top. So we're going to just take this bunch here, add it into our mix, and give that a good stir. Let's get that crust ready to go. What we're going to do for the crust is I'm actually going to pull out another cutting board here. And I'm going to I got a little bit of cornmeal. Here's another tip for you guys. Cornmeal is just popcorn kernels that is all ground up. So once again, this is cornmeal that I ground up in the deluxe cooking blender, just on the grind setting, the same setting that I use to make peanut butter, the same setting that I used to make our Parmesan. Just take some popcorn kernels and you put them in on the grind setting, and look at how nice and fine that cornmeal is. Okay, you want to be really liberal with your cornmeal when you're making a pizza. This is how we don't get anything to stick. Okay, we have cornmeal. Now, you can make things super easy. You can go get a refrigerated pizza crust. That's what we're doing today, just to make things super quick and easy today, right? Sometimes with our families, we need simple and quick. So we've got our refrigerated pizza dough today. Again, you want to keep that in the fridge until right before you're going to use it. So I'm just opening it up on our cutting board here with our cornmeal. Okay. And here's where we can take our baker's roller and we can just kind of even it out. You'll notice with those refrigerated doughs that one end tends to be, a little more puffy than the other. That's just how it's rolled up. Nothing wrong with it. We're just going to try to make this as uniform as possible so that we get nice even cooking. Okay? All right, so then we just put a little more cornmeal right on top, and I'm just kind of rubbing that around a little bit. Again, this is just so things don't stick. Instead of using oil on your grill, which you absolutely can, we don't need to. We can just use some cornmeal. Plus, the cornmeal really gives your pizza a nice texture. So once we have this all done, you can just kind of fold it in half, and see the cornmeal will make sure it doesn't stick to itself. So this will make it easy to pick it up and put it on our grill. So we're going to get ready to do that now. All right, with the new electric grill and griddle, so excited. Look at this. We've got our grill plates in there. We're going to make this nice grilled pizza. So we're going to start with that crust. Okay, now see, when I folded it in half there, it makes it super easy to pick it up, and we can set it right on the grill. Now, you set it on there. If your edges are a little bit too big, it's okay. Just kind of tuck them in. Just kind of press it down. And then we're going to close the grill and press start. So what we're going to do is we're going to grill it here 3 minutes at 400 degrees. So we've got both the top and the bottom plates at 400 degrees. This is going to cook our crust, not quite all the way through, but it's going to get it really started for us. Now when it's done, we're going to change the temperature, and we're going to use the lovely feature on here where the top plate and the bottom plate can be different temperatures. Okay, so we can make the top plate 480 degrees, really nice and hot on that top one, and we'll turn the bottom one down to 250. So what that'll do is it'll continue to finish cooking that crust, because we're going to cook it most of the way right now, right? But it'll continue cooking the bottom of the crust and finish it off at 250 degrees without burning it. All right, so the nice thing about the grill and griddle here is it has that timer. So I set it on the grill setting, and I set it for 3 minutes. And so once I put that crust on and closed it up, I just pressed the button, and it got that started for us. So it's cooking everything for 3 minutes. It will beep when it's done, and then we can add our topping on top. All right, and we're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and open this up. Oh my gosh, do you see those grill marks? All right, we're getting started here. We've got grill marks on the bottom as well. Like I said, the dough is not cooked quite all the way through yet, but that's okay. So let's hit top and bottom, or cancel here, and then we're going to do our custom setting, top and bottom. And we're going to go up to 9 minutes. And the top at 480, and the bottom down to 250. We're just going to take our filling here. I keep saying filling, but it's a topping. We're going to take our mix and we're going to put it on top of our crust here. All right, so take the rest of that mozzarella. And you could definitely sprinkle more mozzarella on there if you wanted to as well. All right, now we're going to adjust this. All right, see our top plate can kind of swivel like this, which is real nice. And we're going to make sure to adjust our piece on the side so that we can get that plate to hover. And you kind of play with it to make sure that it's not touching and it's just hovering. Okay? And you can kind of play around, and you can get it as low as you want. You hear a little bit of a sizzle. I've got it touching just a little bit. This is just going to cook for about 7 to 9 minutes, and then our cheese will be all melty. So as soon as it's done coming up to temperature on the top, I can press that button and start. It's got the timer for 9 minutes, so I can keep an eye on that. But really, at this point, whenever your cheese is melted and ready and it's heated up, and your crust looks like it's done, you're good to go. We're gonna let our pizza just kind of finish up there. We're gonna start getting our salad ready. I'm just trying to get that cheese nice and golden brown, but we've got our salad all ready to go. So we've got our nice spinach here with that fresh fruit on top. Okay, get those fruit on there. And if you want more of those pecans, you can take some of those pecans that you toasted up and put those on top, all right? And then we've got our salad dressing. Remember that lovely vinaigrette that we made? We can pour some of that on there as well. I'm just going to kind of drizzle it on. Now you could definitely drizzle this right on the salad in the bowl if you wanted. Like I said, I like to do it on the side, like right on the plate, just so you get just the right amount of dressing. And if there's any leftover salad, you don't have dressing on there. There we go. Slide off the front because, the grill marks go this way. All right, so we took that pizza and we just slid it off onto our platter. Oh my gosh, you guys, this bottom, can you see the bottom of this crust? It is golden brown, it is perfect. And I found that sliding it off the front of the grill worked really, really well because the grill lines go this direction. So I just slid it right off the front and onto our platter. We're gonna get out our pizza and crust cutter here, and you can slice this up. Let's see how cheesy it is. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that cheesiness. Yum. So we've got our pizza here. We've got our salad. And then let us not forget about our drink. So we've got our raspberry tequila sangria. Give it a gentle mix. And we're going to pour it over ice. So I just have some ice in the glass here. We can pour that over ice. We'll get a couple of those pieces of raspberries in there. You could garnish this with a fresh slice of lemon or lime or some fresh raspberries in there. It would be all delicious and good to go. And then final touch for that pizza, if you are someone who likes red pepper flakes, go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit of red pepper on top. It gives it a little bit of color and just that little bit of kick. And then there you have it, a really fresh, healthy, delicious meal ready to go. Grilled pizza, spinach artichoke pizza on the new Deluxe Electric Grill and Griddle. That beautiful golden grilled crust, all ready to go. Melty spinach artichoke dip on top. How can you go wrong? And then we've got our fruit and spinach salad. We got those bright, fresh flavors from our fruit, paired with that delicious crispiness of your spinach, and then a homemade dressing to go with. Dressings are so quick and easy to make, and they're so healthy when you make them at home. Less calories, less fat, less sugar. But then our lovely splurge with our raspberry tequila sangria. So when you're looking for some new, fresh recipes for entertaining this summer, I hope you'll give these ones a try. We'll see you guys next time. If you're looking for more information about these recipes or any of these products that we've used, go head over to pamperedchef.com and you can search for me, Rachel Hanson, or your local Pampered Chef consultant.